What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Steelers having a heartbreaking defeat against the New England Patriots, and this game was just, I don't even know how to say it. It was just bad. So starting off, the Steelers, we'll just look at some stats before we start off. Mitch Trubisky, 21 for 33, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on a bad read by him. Najee Harris, 15 carries for 49 yards. Deontay Johnson, 6 for 57, Najee 6 for 40, Chase Claypool 4 for 26, and the real important one here, George Pickens 1 for 23, and then Pat Freiermuth 4 for 21. And then defensively, we have Myles Jack with 5 total tackles, Robert Spillane with 3, Cam Hayward with 3, Alex Highsmith with 3, 1 interception by Minkah Fitzpatrick on an amazing play, and yeah, no sacks on the day. Just absolutely awful. Yeah, and then moving on, we have the Patriots. Mac Jones, 21 for 35, 252 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Damian Harris, 15 for 71 and a touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson, 9 for 47. Nelson Aguilar, 6 for 110 and a touchdown, where he literally took the ball out of Ahkello Witherspoon's hands. Jacoby Myers, 9 for 95. Kendrick Bourne, 2 for 16. Lil Jordan Humphrey, 1 for 11. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we have Miles Bryant, 5 total tackles. Jalen Mills, 4 total tackles and an interception. Jabril Peppers, 2 tackles. Christian Barmore, 2 tackles and a sack. Matthew Judon with a sack. Jahali Tavai with a sack. And yeah, that's all we got for stats. So let's look at this. The Steelers were shut out in the first quarter, where they were down 3-0, and then from there, they scored 3 points in the second quarter, 3 points in the third quarter, and 8 points in the fourth quarter. While the Patriots, on the other hand, scored 3 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second quarter, 7 points in the third quarter, and then were shut out in the fourth quarter. Yeah, the offense is absolutely anemic. I'm gonna be honest. I tried really, really hard last week to say that Mitch Trubisky played decent. I thought he played pretty well against the Bengals, but no, he played. While he didn't play, like, absolutely awful, again, going 21 for 33, a touchdown and an interception, that read that he had on the interception was just awful. It was so bad. And I'm not even mentioning the Gunnar Olszewski fumble that he had on the muff. It was just bad. Like, it was so bad. I don't understand what's happening here. Chris Boswell had 2 field goals, 1 for 52, being as long, and yeah. They just looked awful. I don't understand why the offense looked bad. Najee Harris looked decent, even though he wasn't able to run the ball at all. The offensive line is atrocious. Matt Canada's stupid play calling is some of the worst play calling I've ever seen in my life. It's so bad. And, looking forward at the Steelers, some of you who follow me on Twitter might have noticed the argument that I had, or I guess conversation. The person who was having a conversation with me has a good point. Looking at these next few games, who did the Steelers beat? We play the Browns on Thursday, looking ahead, on Thursday Night Football, and then we play the Jets on October 2nd, the Bills on October 9th, the Buccaneers on October 16th, and the Dolphins on October 23rd. Realistically, I think the Steelers could beat the Browns and the Jets, and maybe beat the Browns, but that's rough. And even if the Steelers beat the Browns and the Jets and end up losing to the Buccaneers, Dolphins, and Bills, that's going to leave the Steelers at 3-4. Like, it's just bad. I'm not, like, the kind of person to think that the Steelers are going to make a deep Super Bowl run. Realistically, I know, like, some YouTubers do it as a joke, but I'm not thinking that they're going to make a deep playoff run. I don't think that they're going to, like, go very far. I'm expecting an 8-9 record. 9-8 record at best, because the Steelers' defense is just insane, even without TJ Watt. But there's no pass rush against the Patriots, whose offensive line is decent. And the offensive line is not doing anything to stop, like, the pass rush against them. Looking ahead, we already know Jadeveon Clowney, as of recording this, is going to be out on Sunday or on Thursday, which is going to be, I think, good for the Steelers to focus on just Myles Garrett. But I don't understand what's going to happen here. The Steelers' schedule is insanely difficult this year, which I don't think anyone was denying, but I don't see where this is going to go. I'm really worried about this team, because I really thought that the Patriots were going to end up losing this game, because they do not look good. their defense played awful, just the Steelers' offense played worse. But that being said, I wanted to bring up one thing. People on Twitter are asking for Kenny Pickett to start. No, I am not ready in week 2 with one single loss for Kenny Pickett to start. I am not ready with Mitch Trubisky throwing a single interception on a bad read to start. Like, to be benched. I'm not ready for it. I don't think that Mitch Trubisky is going to be the permanent answer. I don't think acting like he is going to be the permanent answer is logical or making any sense. But I'm not, like, I don't think that starting Kenny Pickett right now would be the best move. I am very worried that if Kenny Pickett gets behind that O-line, that we're going to end up having something similar to Carson Wentz happening, where Carson Wentz popped off and then tore his ACL. And I'm very worried about that. But looking forward, like, I don't know which games there are for the Steelers to win. The Panthers, maybe, the split with the Ravens, maybe beat the Falcons and the Colts, who look bad. I'm not trying to get too deep into the weeds, but, like, yeah, this looks bad. I think Matt Canada needs to be fired, and the fact that Mike Tomlin hasn't cut him yet, like, cut the cords with him, is kind of crazy to me. I would really like for him to be fired. His play calling is awful. We've seen him be an OC seen him be an offensive coordinator for 2 seasons, or 3, I guess, last season and now this season, because he was the quarterback's coach in 2020. He was the offensive coordinator in 2018 for Maryland. He was the offensive coordinator and quarterback's coach in 2016 for Pittsburgh. And from there, his record is just not good. I don't know. I'm not very excited for the rest of the season, and I'm even less excited to watch people on Twitter freak out about the Steelers. I don't think that Mitch Trubisky is the problem. I think not throwing a deep route at all. You threw a single 20-yard plus pass play, and it was to George Pickens, and it was 1. And then you did nothing after that. You didn't throw a single deep ball at all when George Pickens was just burning up on the Pats secondary. You didn't throw a single deep route at all, other than the 1. I do not think that this team is going to be doing as well as I would like them to, unless we make some moves at offense. I think the offensive line is terrible. James Daniels played pretty decent, I think. You know, for someone who's still a new system. And also, guys, we have to remember, Mitch Trubisky is in a brand new system at quarterback. He played in the Chicago play system under one of the worst head coaches of all time, being in Matt Nagy. And then we have him who went to work under Josh Allen last season in the Sean McDermott playbook. And now Brian Daboll, who is the quarterback's coach, I believe, or the offensive coordinator for Buffalo, is now working at New York, who actually looks like a decent football team. And yeah, I'm a little worried where things are going. People acting like Miles Jack is not a game changer too is also very frustrating, because he's been stepping up a lot lately in the run game, which is what we need. And yeah, overall, I think that the Steelers coming on Thursday, we're going to Cleveland. They're going to end up playing a decent game, I feel like, against the Browns. I think that the Steelers might be able to win this game, but it's going to be very, very close. And we need something different on offense. And yeah, that's going to be about all I got for you guys in today's video. Take it easy.